Wala. Yeah.
Malak is no, nothing.
Nothing.
No problem.
No problem.
All right. Okay. Wala. I don't know. What is up, YouTube? What is up? We are in the Philippines. I hope the roosters done gone crazy. I am with my sugar wooger. Listen, check this out. The Diddy crime, this is prime crime. The rise and fall of Diddy. Now, I wish the rooster was, forget the rooster anyway. Mina doesn't know anything about the P. Diddy. They don't even know who P. Diddy is. Bad boy, Biggie Smalls. You know who Biggie Smalls is? Biggie Smalls? No. Tupac? No. These are big rappers. They are big rappers in the United States. People think, allegedly, this guy Puffy that we do the,
on Prime Crime.
When it comes to a P. Diddy.
This dude right here, he has a record label that Biggie was signed to, but Biggie and Tupac was friends, and they like the big rappers in the United States. And both of them got shot and died. And everybody think he had something to do with it, allegedly. Allegedly means everybody's saying that he had something to do with the death of Biggie and the orphan of Tupac. Like they had him killed. Anyway, so we're gonna do a reaction where I explain to her some of the things that is going on in the United States. And for the first time, she's trying to understand how I sit here and do these videos and make money so we can eat. So without any further ado, y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. We both sick, y'all, because this is the first time I heard an airplane. Make me feel like I'm at home. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy out. Here we go.
This is what happens to the white man. When they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to them.
One of entertainment's big.
Now, for starters, he would throw these parties. They call all white parties, and the parties will later on go into freak off parties, and it'd be a lot of. They have kids there and all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff like kids. People have S with kids, underage kids, bad, and he would always drug people, allegedly. Put something in their drink, yeah.
Biggest power
We're gonna talk about the baby oil later.
houses comes crashing down.
I was up, but I made no excuses. I'm disgusted. I'm so sorry.
A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City. Today, he's been indicted and will face justice.
He's dealt with every challenge in his life, and he's not guilty. He's innocent of these charges.
As his controversial past faces questions that could reveal long-buried secrets.
For myself, and I think a lot of other people in this industry, I mean, it's all a shock.
And that guy right there was
Hey everybody, I'm Jesse Weber.
Brandy's brother, Ray J. Now, when Ray J he was real little. When he first started trying to do music, I actually put some music together and sent to his team. They didn't pick it. They didn't pick my music. See, I'm trying to explain to people how close I am to this. Like, Bad Boy, we drove up to New York to do meetings with him for me to do music with Bad Boy. The making of the band was putting the band together. So I went and tried to play bass for the band. I stood in line and everything and met him, yeah. So I was trying to be a part of the Bad Boy, his record label, So I was close. I was real close, but I didn't make it. I never made it, you know. So these people I kind of know was close, you know. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, okay. So here we go.
And welcome to
We got to turn the mics down because we don't
Hey everybody,
have
I'm Jesse Weber, and welcome to Prime Crime, where we break down some of the most compelling and memorable true crime cases from across the country. Hollywood celebrities are no stranger to controversies, and they can often become targets due to their high-profile status, but with several allegations now swirling around a famed music producer and hip-hop icon, he may have to soon face the music himself.
He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way. A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City. Today, he's been indicted and will face justice.
U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Damian Williams, is talking about 54-year-old Sean Combs, aka Diddy, the musician, producer, and business mogul who rose to fame as one of hip-hop's biggest personalities.
New York, we did it! Harlem, we did it! Mount Vernon, we did it! The Bronx, we did it! Let's go! The key to the city! Yeah, yeah, yeah!
But now, Combs is charged in a federal indictment, accused.
You know what that means? The key to the city? You know what that means? No, like when we go to the mall and we so big and famous that they give us the key to the mall. Like whatever you want to do to help our people, you're like one of the big people. So the key to the city means that, and it's just a meaning. We thank you, we welcome you for everything you do is big. You are in a lot of our important decisions of our city comes through you. When it's time to raise money for the city, they come to you, you know, to help put together shows, whatever the case may be. We welcome you to the city. Key to the city.
Of sex trafficking and racketeering.
Key to the city! Yeah, yeah, yeah!
But now, Combs is charged in a federal indictment, accused of sex trafficking and racketeering. How did we get here exactly? To answer that, we have to venture back to Combs' rise among the Hollywood ranks.
Diddy was born in Harlem. After his father was murdered, he went to an all-boys Catholic school and then went off to Howard University. And that's when he started throwing these parties. And Diddy was always the life of the party.
What's up, y'all? Coming here live from London. Extremely humble, grateful, and blessed. Just got nominated for a Grammy.
Eventually, he obtained an internship at Uptown Records, and that is where his career in music begun.
Today's honoree is the first male rapper to be honored on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, honoring Sean Diddy Combs.
Not only is he a rapper, not only is he a music mogul, this individual is a legend. Who knew that this bad boy was going to turn into a great man?
By 1990.
It's funny how everybody's saying he's a great man and everything. And I was telling her that Howard University, I did so many shows at Howard University. I did so many sound gigs there, going to Howard, even when he was there.
Hey guys, Uncle Mike here with big news. YouTube has changed my life, and now it's your turn. See, Uncle Mike was tired of being broke after every payday. So I decided to do something about it. So I invested over about $9,000 in YouTube courses and online coaching. Man, I was determined to change. But guess what? None of these systems gave me the one-on-one coaching that I needed. So I created my own YouTube course with the help that you need to make sure that you succeed. If you're ready to learn and you're not afraid to put in the work, you too can make a real change. Sign up now and Uncle Mike will send you the 4 videos that got me started. 100% free. Click the word more below and look for our YouTube growth system. That's our course. Now, let's get back to this video.
big. 3 years later, when he starts Bad Boy Entertainment, from there it just explodes. He's signing people as a producer, big names like Notorious B.I.G., Usher, Mary J. Blige. It's music, it's fashion with Sean John, where he's a founder. He was literally the top of the world when it came to music, entertainment, alcohol, anything that he touched. He had the Midas touch.
Congratulations. Let's get that chair shot one more time to make sure y'all got it.
And over here with the cheers. Love it.
His empire extended well past his kind of rapping career. That's where he was making more of his money, actually, was off of his, I guess, material empire.
He seemed to be really dedicated to being successful in the industry. And he decided that instead of following someone around, he would make his own way. And he did that. He also is presumably a family man. He has been in some very public relationships. There's Kim Porter. I think we all remember his relationship with Jennifer Lopez.
Allegedly, you know, I got the Kim Porter book. That was his girlfriend. He has kids that had the twins and everything by her. But allegedly, she got sick, pneumonia. And everybody around him that dies or is off from pneumonia, you don't supposed to say died or whatever. And Kim died of ammonia. There's so many people who died of ammonia. Pneumonia. I said ammonia. They think he had something to do with killing his own girlfriend, the mother of the kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She said, yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. Here we go.
He has 7 children, and he really takes pride, at least publicly, in being involved as a father.
It's no secret how prominent Combs has been in the music and entertainment industries, and not just for his own work.
He just knew how to spot talent. At one point, Diddy had his hands on everyone's career. It seemed like every artist that was on the chart at one point.
And this is Faith Evans. Now, I did a tour with her. I worked with her before. That's one of his artists, and I actually worked with her. Yeah, did a couple of shows and different things with her. She was married. She's married to Biggie, the one that died, but she's still living. She's still living, and yeah, this is crazy. Her and the kids. Here's the thing that I want you all to know. They don't have no talent. Puffy, when Puffy put an album out, it don't do well. His albums don't do well. His son album is not famous. You all don't know who they are. You know Eminem.
I heard.
You know? Yes or no? You know Eminem?
No.
You never heard of Eminem? You heard of, she heard of Eminem. You heard of Eminem before?
Yeah, but I don't know them.
Have you heard the name Eminem?
Yeah.
She just want to be shy. She always want to be difficult. I don't know why she want to. Just be honest. Why you can't just
I have them, but I did not know them.
I don't know them either.
Okay.
You heard Jennifer Lopez? You don't know her.
No, but I heard her.
You heard of her, yeah. So that's not the. People turn the camera on, they turn into somebody different. But anyway, here we go.
Father. It's no secret how prominent Combs has been in the music and entertainment industries, and not just for his own work.
He just knew how to spot talent. At one point, Diddy had his hands on everyone's career. It seemed like every artist that was on the chart at one point was Bad Boy.
He makes himself out to be someone that people think they want to be. He lives the life that people think they want to live, where it's glamorous, you're flying around, you're on yachts, you dress nice. He was known for throwing parties. The problem is when you have that culture and you don't have people telling you no, you don't have parameters and guidance.
I keep saying this guy right here, we the best music, DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled, I think that's his name. You know him?
No.
Okay, no. Oh, yes or no? Let's say no.
If you're asking me, Filipino, Filipino celebrities, I know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you know him? No.
No.
You know her?
No.
No. You know him?
No.
Okay. No, that's all. That's it. If you don't know him, you don't know him. You know Eminem?
Yeah, I heard about Eminem, but
She know Eminem. 50 Cent? You know 50 Cent?
no.
No? Okay.
And it just seems to get more and more extreme.
I know Michael Cross from head to foot.
Yeah, she know me. Here we go.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, you know him?
As Combs.
Yeah, you know LeBron James?
Yeah, I heard.
What do he do? You know what he do?
Basketball player?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fame and fortune grew, so did his circle of friends. And
Kevin Hart?
No.
You don't know Kevin Hart? He's a comedian. Joke. Like Cat Williams. You know Cat Williams?
No.
Okay. It's okay, honey. I'm just trying to explain to the people how Filipino life and American life is completely different. I want the people to know how much you do know.
Word of his notorious parties
so you don't
quickly
know them
spread.
I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either.
Everyone knew about the infamous Diddy parties. And at one point, everyone wanted to go to the parties because the who's who, the A-list would go to the parties. You can go down the list of celebrities who would go.
However, rumors were swirling that these parties, attended by some of entertainment's biggest names, weren't your typical soiree. They allegedly had a dark side.
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did.
You gotta tell him no.
As these parties went on, people started noticing some allegedly illegal conduct or nefarious conduct that was happening.
Hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but
You know him? That's Usher. You don't know Usher either? What about Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
Justin Bieber? Okay. All right. He discovered Justin Bieber.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent Justin Bieber to Diddy. And people say that Diddy, when he was a kid, did bad things to him. And he knew it. So he took Justin for 48 hours. You're gonna go see Diddy for 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So Diddy said, yeah, I got him for 48 hours. They great tell a story, watch this.
With 13, what were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
There have always been whispers and rumors about what happens at Diddy's parties after midnight and how things can get really crazy, and also allegations of sexual assault and abuse.
We just got back to headquarters. Everybody take a shot. Sammy, was it De Leon tequila?
These rumors and these stories would come up, but just as almost quickly as they'd come up, they'd often fall by the wayside.
This guy behind Diddy, that's Tigger.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at the radio station and he was working at the radio station at the same time. His name is Tigger.
Okay.
Tigger, he's radio. So when I worked at the radio station, he was working at the radio station at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how close I was to this stuff.
I think a lot of people looked the other way or just thought these stories were way too crazy to be true.
It was also his mentorships and interactions with up-and-coming stars that drew attention too.
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy. You know, where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me, and we gonna go buck full crazy.
Whether it be for hip hop, music, African American or Black.
Yeah, he said we're gonna go buck full crazy. He's saying it when we heard that they're gonna go crazy. It's like he's 15, maybe they're gonna go look for girls his age and stuff like that. But no, now we understand what he was saying was he gonna do something bad to him. Yeah. Yep, here we go.
Black culture, Sean Combs has always been seen as a pillar of bringing it to the mainstream. You see individuals like Usher and even Justin Bieber who followed thereafter kind of coming through the roots of Sean Combs, through his tutelage, through his experience and through his connections.
People would bring their artists to Diddy, and we're starting to see videos of that.
Yet it wasn't all highs for the superstar. Over the years, Diddy's fame came with several run-ins with the law, one of the most infamous being Combs' arrest in 1999.
December of 1999, Sean Combs, his then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, their bodyguard, and a young and up-and-coming rapper by the name of Shine all go to a nightclub. There was a dispute, and according to at least one of the 3 victims that were shot, Sean Combs is the one that shot that person.
I came here today just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see that.
J-Lo was quickly not prosecuted. DP declined to prosecute, so she's out of it. Sean Combs, the bodyguard, and Shine all go to trial.
How y'all doing this morning? Excuse me.
We're going to win this trial. The facts are going to set Mr. Combs free because he's not guilty here, and that's all that matters is the facts.
The bodyguard and Sean Combs acquitted. Shine convicted of reckless endangerment, assault in the first degree, possession of a weapon, but acquitted of an attempted murder. Shine ends up doing just shy of a decade.
There were allegations that he had bribed one of the drivers to pretend the gun was his and to sort of take the responsibility.
That's the thing about Diddy, there's a lot of speculation. The urban legend is that Diddy was the one who shot her in the face, but Shine ended up going to jail for it. There's a culture of silence, and it's starting to become apparent. And this is just not particular to Diddy. This is particular to men with power and money.
Y'all don't know how to be accountable. I'm accountable. I pay all y'all checks every week. I'm accountable. It's my responsibility to run this company. I'm accountable. I don't make no excuses.
Following this turbulent time for the hip-hop heavyweight, Combs quickly pivoted.
They was at a club party, and they had guns, and they pulled out. They had Jennifer Lopez. He was dating Jennifer Lopez, and they pulled out a gun and shot the lady in the face.
Oh.
You know, allegedly. You gotta say allegedly. I'm telling you what the story happened. The lady that he shot in the face, I interviewed her on our channel.
Oh.
Yeah, and she's still telling the same story that rich guy, shoot you in the face, and all your friends said, no, it didn't happen, because he paid all your friends, your sisters, your brothers, everybody said, no, it didn't happen. I was there, it didn't happen.
Money talks.
Money talks, there you go, money talks, there you go. So, but I interviewed her. She came on the show and we did an interview of her that got shot in the face, and she tells the story and everything about how she got shot in the face.
Pivots to growing his empire, including signing new artists.
I don't make no excuses.
Following this turbulent time for the hip-hop heavyweight, Combs quickly pivots to growing his empire, including signing new artists like Cassandra Ventura, more popularly known as Cassie, in 2006.
Cassie was signed to his label, Bad Boy Records, and released her debut album under the label. Initially, it just looked like a business relationship. Later on, there were rumblings that there was a romantic relationship going on.
Tell me about what you're wearing.
This is Nora Tuvu, and it's French designer.
I'm wearing Rick Owens and some Louboutin shoes.
Combs and Ventura soon go public with their relationship, but after several years, it suddenly ends.
They were on and off. But after a decade, there's no ring, there's no children. They broke up. So you're starting to wonder what is going on with that relationship.
But even though their relationship ended, what came next shocked everyone. In late 2023, Ventura files a bombshell lawsuit against Sean Combs that changes everything. And you won't believe what she alleges.
We had no idea at the time the tumultuous nature of their relationship. We didn't know what she was going through.
Hey everybody, real quick, this is a law and crime legal alert. A mother was recently awarded millions of dollars. So this is a less than 10 question.
$5 million with Diddy.
Ability to file a claim.
Here we go, y'all.
I've had a great life. I've settled $4.125 million with Diddy. Okay, but he's scared that I was gonna expose him. I seen the liquid cocaine, I've drank it myself. Having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time.
At one point in time.
Yeah. He said, you said what?
He told them everything.
Yes. What happened was this guy, let's back up. This guy right here, he went crazy. He went to a museum and chopped off the head or broke it's a statue of Diddy. He pushed the statue down. Then he started shooting and running with no socks on. They got it all on video. He was doing some crazy stuff. And he said, I'm going, the police catch him. And now the police is interrogating him, asking him questions. Like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? And he started talking about Diddy. No. Why did you do that? And you talking about something. He said Rick Ross' name. He said other people's name. And they just listening to him like, what did you do in the hotel? You did shooting in the hotel, you did all this stuff today. He talking about stuff about weeks ago, years ago. And he said he had won a lawsuit with Diddy for $5 million. And he telling everything, cause see, they on them drugs, honey. Them drugs make them go crazy.
Liquid cocaine, I've drank it myself. Having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time.
At one point in time, Sean Diddy Combs was one of hip-hop's wealthiest moguls. His years in the spotlight brought success and pitfalls, but he always seemed to land on his feet. That is until 2023, when his strong arm of influence began to unravel in the wake of a controversial lawsuit.
There's one thing to go on an interview or go online and accuse someone of something, but the second there's a lawsuit involved, I think is a powerful, powerful move. Cassie was incredibly brave to put her story on paper.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, sexual assault, and rape at the hands of Diddy.
Cassie alleged she was a victim of sex trafficking, that she was forced to engage in sex acts with male prostitutes, that she was threatened, that she was a victim of violence. She's alleging essentially that this was one big ongoing criminal enterprise.
We learned from Cassie's lawsuit that she did try to date rapper Kid Cudi and that Diddy allegedly blew up his car and told her that he was gonna blow up his car. She did allegedly suffer at very high lengths his abuse.
It took her years, obviously, to get the courage to come forward. In the shadow of Me Too, where we're talking about, believing women and believing these victims, a lot of people did not believe Cassie and called her a gold digger.
While these were certainly explosive revelations, this was not the first time we heard this. Back in 2018, a seemingly random interrogation of a suspect in Florida in an entirely unrelated case now may be a crucial clue.
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself.
Jonathan Odie is a sex worker, stripper, porn star, and in 2018 he was arrested for basically shooting up Donald Trump's Miami golf course. It's crazy. He gets arrested, and during the interrogation he says at the time, which sounds completely outlandish, that he was, and he does like the kind of air quotes, a sex slave to Diddy and his girlfriend Cassie.
He's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati. I had a settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts.
Jonathan Odie had beef with Trump, with Obama. People didn't believe him when he said that he was involved with drug-fueled sex parties with Diddy.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. I was like a sex slave, okay? For them, that's what I was.
He, some kind of just like low profile stripper, porn star, is a sex slave to Sean Combs. At the time, it sounds absolutely ridiculous. But Cassie's lawsuit seems to be corroborating what Odie is saying.
Cassie Ventura's lawsuit, that
They use him.
Yeah, they use him. So he was drugged up, and they use him. That's crazy. Oh my God.
was filed in November of 2023 came under the New York Survivors Act. The law allowed for people to be able to sue who were victims of sexual assault, no matter how far back it goes. So she filed, I think, probably the day before the deadline or the week of the deadline. It was settled within 24 hours of the filing itself for an undisclosed amount. Once she filed her lawsuit, that was the catalyst to this entire investigation, and I think opened up the floodgates.
While Ventura's lawsuit is resolved very quickly, this gets the ball rolling as several other people come forward with lawsuits and accusations of their own, including one which definitely raised some eyebrows.
Probably the largest name.
Now, once Cassie filed the lawsuit, more and more people started coming out saying, Me Too. They call it a Me Too movement. Like, this happened to you? Me too. He did you too? Yeah, me too. You know, so this guy, that's a guy. Me too. He got hurt. Yeah, so what happened was, once she filed the lawsuit, more and more people started filing lawsuits. Guess how many lawsuits this guy, Puffy, has? Guess how many lawsuits? Guess how many lawsuits? Guess how many lawsuits is on them now? 120 people. 120 people. More than 120 people. It's probably 140 people now. Lawsuits.
You didn't fight it until now?
Yup. He like number 2 or 3 or something like that.
The largest recognition being Ronnie Jones, who is a music producer. In Ronnie Jones's civil lawsuit, he alleges prostitution, RICO, sex trafficking, and potentially the trafficking of minors. He himself was a victim because he was also coerced into performing sex acts.
Stop playing. You heard? My boy want that check. No human harm. Just saying, rapper vibes. Whoa! By Monday. Want that money by Monday, Diddy.
Little Rod goes into a lot of detail about the violence, the threats, stealing money from Little Rod, and he was just thrown aside by Diddy as just a kook, as someone who's a hanger-on, someone trying to get money, but he provides corroboration to Cassie.
I think that because Cassie's lawsuit had settled, that other people started filing lawsuits in the hope that their cases also end up with a big payday.
Even Combs' son, Christian Combs, is implicated, facing a lawsuit of his own.
Christian Combs, earlier this year in April of 2024, was accused, and there was a lawsuit filed against him for allegedly drugging someone and trying to have sexual relations with them. That's very similar to the situation that's going on with Sean Combs. She was someone who was hired to be a worker on that boat. So it's not like she volunteered to participate in a certain lifestyle or was someone coming to a party that she knew what would happen at the party. She thought she was doing a job.
And as these civil lawsuits increased, often silence spoke louder than words.
Members of the music community, people in the recording industry as a whole, just not even addressing it, ignoring it, pretending that it didn't happen, sometimes is actually worse than denying that they are involved, denying that any of this happened.
Prior to these cases, even prior to the shooting, there wasn't a lot of negative attention around Diddy. He was this young guy that partied. There's been a lot of things said about Diddy over the years. So when you hear stuff, you almost don't know if it's true or not.
Not everyone with a Sean Combs story has filed a lawsuit. Other celebrities have come out with their own allegations, and they take it straight to social media.
We walk in and there's all these ladies there wearing their club gear, and Kanye and Diddy are already completely up. Diddy hands me a drink. Immediately I'm like, there's something in this drink. I turn and my manager's walking out. The music's low, the lights are dim. I realize that I'm in the studio with Diddy and Kanye, and there's 3 other men and me, alone. I'm not in the industry anymore. I'm not filing a lawsuit, so I'm not getting paid. I'm not looking for clout, because who gives a about me? So why would I lie about this?
As this man, known for his association with luxury, fame, and a wildly successful media empire, finds himself at the center of multiple career-ending allegations, what is soon revealed is worse than anyone could imagine.
Puffy beat the out of her. I shouldn't say that because we're trying to protect her image, but he beat the out of her.
Those initial raids were the beginning of the end. They wanted to make sure that what the people were telling them was accurate and that they would be able to find evidence to back it up. And of course, they did.
Amid several lawsuits and allegations of questionable conduct, rap icon Sean Combs is also under criminal investigation. And on March 25th, 2024, with search warrants in hand, federal agents take action at 2 of his houses, one in Miami, the other in Los Angeles.
Now, they raided his house. He has cameras and all this stuff, video cameras. We don't know yet. They think that sex is on the videos, sex with younger kids, sex with drinking, lacing the drinks and all that type of stuff.
They did that to make sure that they would not raid one property and he would be able to clean out the other. They wanted to go into both of his main homes at the same time and get whatever information they could. What they were investigating was human trafficking, sexual assault, and solicitation and distribution of illegal narcotics and firearms.
Let's just say it doesn't look good. Again, we pray that P. Diddy has nothing to do with this, that he's innocent of all the allegations being leveled against him. But it ain't a good look at all.
During the raid, dozens of agents searched the properties thoroughly to make sure that they hit every single secret entrance or room, looking for anything that would point to illegal activity that was happening on the properties.
The civil lawsuits meant everything for the ultimate criminal investigation of Diddy and the raid. Without the civil lawsuits, I don't think the feds would have gotten involved. They wouldn't have known about this.
It was Ronnie Jones's civil lawsuit, in my opinion, that actually started the raids. Ronnie insinuates that there's videos of all of this.
He was the one that said that there are tapes in Diddy's homes in LA and Miami. And then lo and behold, March 25th, just weeks after Ronnie Jones's lawsuit, they go and search those exact same homes.
In Jones' sexual assault and harassment suit, he went so far as to claim that Combs had hidden cameras in every room of his homes, and that he had, and I quote, compromising footage of every person who has attended his parties.
Oh, did the camera catch that? Got the camera! Oh, got the camera!
They went in there knowing that there was digital evidence, hence why they turned the house basically upside down.
Combs' lawyers called the raids an unprecedented ambush and a witch hunt, saying HSI brought a gross use of military-level force and that there's no excuse for the hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children and employees were treated.
They handcuffed his children. The investigators did that because you just never know what the actions of someone would be, and that's standard procedure during the raid process.
The fact
Facts. People were saying, the police, the police be bad. The police is too much. The police doing too much. They did this. They didn't do nothing. Everybody want to say the police beat them. No, they did. The police didn't beat him. The police handcuffs him. Because he black, they gonna handcuff him. No, that's what they do. They come to raid your house. Everybody in the house gotta be handcuffs. Make sure y'all don't do nothing stupid. People say stupid stuff.
We know Diddy is armed. The fact that we know that he has bodyguards, all of that information is what also caused the federal government to go in there in a very tactical way. I know they've gotten some flack for that, but that was actually the appropriate thing to do. They did find guns, mostly AR-15s and other weapons with the serial numbers taken off. They found drugs. They did find ketamine.
If you have guns, and they take the serial number where you can't trace the gun back, that's bad. That's against the law. No good.
But it was the digital evidence that really got people talking.
Once they got a hold of this digital evidence, they started processing it. And they started looking for the individuals that were on the videos. And they were able to take statements indicating that they were being held against their will and they were participating in these acts against their will.
People lie, but video does not. And if he's on these tapes that shows him involved with the sex acts, perhaps involved with violence as a perpetrator, yes, that could be used against Diddy.
There was a time when almost everyone only had glowing things to say about Sean Combs. But after the lawsuits, and particularly the raids, that all changed.
For myself, and I think a lot of other people in this industry, I mean, it's all a shock. Everybody is...
Will Smith? Yeah, that's Will Smith with Puffy and them, yeah, big. But this guy right here...
Particularly the raids, that all changed.
For myself, and I think...
This guy, Ray J, his sister is big star. His sister is a great singer and all this stuff. He trying to get in any way he want to. People think that he probably, like that man, he sell himself to other men that like little boys. So he's a sex worker. You understand? Yeah. If he's a
also
high class sex worker, that's what I think. He go on vacation with rich men that like boys, so they take him. It's okay. That's okay. Here we go, y'all.
I think a lot of other people in this industry, I mean, it's all a shock. Everybody is still trying to digest it and still trying to understand it. And even though, there's still allegations and it's not anything that's factual yet, it's hurtful and it's confusing to a lot of people.
You see a lot of celebrities trying to scrub their pages of those connections.
And all this is allegedly, y'all. All this is allegedly. I don't know what the man does, but that's what I think, allegedly.
People started to either silently distance themselves or come out and saying, I hope this leads to justice.
It's
Meek Mills. Look at it. That's Usher.
Separation. And that separation would not only be removing pictures or videos from your page, but things that are going to last forever, like your music. If you have a song that either mentioned or featured Sean Combs, you want that song to be able to exist. So if his name is mentioned, they may remove his name. And also, you had some people like 50 Cent really pushing the issue and saying, I told you so. This is who I told you he was.
These are behaviors and things that with drugs and all the stuff that's...
Now, he used to bodyguard for Puffy back in the day. So he's seen everything. He was there. Yeah.
Going on, pills, drinking, it can make this man into a monster, and that's what it did, bro.
Diddy had a lot of fans and a lot of hangers-on, and now he's radioactive.
Puffy, your life's in danger because you know the secrets, who's involved. When you go to prison, do not do your time going by Brother Love. Brother Love is not a good code name for prison.
We're starting to find out people knew, they saw things, but because of this culture of silence, when it comes to people with power and money, they're not speaking out as loud as they should be. But I think the tides are changing. People are speaking out loud and they're finally being heard.
And one way people are speaking out is through more lawsuits.
Lawsuits after the raid corroborated what Cassie was saying, where you had other women who alleged that they were victimized by Diddy.
The first of 3 lawsuits comes 2 months after the raids. Model Crystal McKinney claims Combs sexually assaulted and drugged her at his studio back in 2003 and then had her blackballed from the industry. Next, April Lampros files a suit, alleging Combs assaulted her 4 times, starting when she was just a college student. A few months later, another suit, this one from Dawn Richard.
Dawn was a part of Danity Kane, which was a music group that Sean Combs was managing, was promoting.
Dawn Richard was hand-selected by Diddy to be part of this band. What's extra powerful, though, is that she apparently was a witness to the violence allegedly committed against Cassie, saying that she saw Diddy strike Cassie. So this is part of the elements of sex trafficking. You have to show force, fraud, or coercion. Well, this is force.
And there's another shocker. Dawn Richard also claims she witnessed Combs engaging in sex acts with young girls. But then, the biggest bombshell of all, May 17th, 2024, CNN releases a surveillance video from 2016 that appears to show Combs violently assaulting Cassandra Ventura in a hotel hallway.
When they saw that video of her in the hotel and how Diddy beat her and kicked her in the face, he kicked her in the face. That really changed the energy around these allegations. And I think that really solidified, oh no, some of these things may be real.
I don't think he kicked her in the face. I don't think it was in the face.
I think the video shocked the world and made people realize that she was telling the truth, if there was any doubt of it before.
The weight of this video isn't lost on Sean Combs. He reacts quickly with an apology.
I was up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I'm so sorry.
He had to apologize after the video came out, and I'm sure it led federal investigators to think there's a lot more to it. The video corroborated what she was saying. It made Diddy look like a liar.
Coming up, could Sean Combs' empire come crashing down?
Breaking news, music trailblazer Sean Combs, also known as P. Diddy, has been arrested by authorities in New York City on federal charges. He was taken into custody at the Park Hyatt Hotel this evening.
Hey guys, listen, thank you so much for following the Sean Combs case with us. We're going to get right back to this. And look, we put a lot of work, in particular, $1 verdict higher than the Java case.
Prostitution.
6 months after the raids on Sean Diddy Combs' houses and a flood of lawsuits, on September 16th, 2024, the self-proclaimed bad boy for life is officially arrested on federal charges.
Between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity. including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice.
But there's one element to the indictment that stands out more than anything else: the freak-offs.
I think the freak-offs were the most shocking thing in the indictment. It's one thing to know that he had wild parties. The fact that Diddy filmed himself and filmed others showed that he thought he would never get caught.
Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported over state lines. And he often electronically recorded them.
At its core, what the government is saying is that there's a criminal enterprise that Sean Combs is the leader of that transports women and male prostitutes for the purpose of having these freak-offs, these sex parties where people are drugged and they have sex for days on end. There are a number of charges underneath them, but the freak-offs in these parties are really at the heart of this case.
On September 17th, a day after Sean Combs' arrest, his sons and his attorney join him in court for a bail hearing.
Diddy knew what was coming, and that's what his lawyers said, that he came to New York because he knew this could happen. He could be arrested.
I spent the evening with him about 1 o'clock. His spirits are good. He's confident. He is dealing with this head on, the way he's dealt with every challenge in his life, and he's not guilty. He's innocent of these charges.
The charges in the latest indictment are very serious. From a jail time perspective, the racketeering conspiracy, minimum of 20 years to life. Trafficking, minimum of 15 to life, and the transportation for the purpose of prostitution, up to 10 years. For someone who's in their mid-50s, that's a lot of jail time. Even if he gets the low end of it, being in prison for the rest of his life.
We're going to fight this case with everything we have, as is he, and eventually he's going to be shown to be innocent. And so tomorrow we fight again, and we'll fight every day until we don't have to fight anymore.
The first battle line for Combs' defense team to cross is to keep him out of jail, at least until the trial. So they offer a bail package of $50 million secured by the equity in his and his mother's properties in Florida. The prosecution argues that Combs should be locked up without bail.
There are three main reasons why. Number one, the allegations show he's a danger to the community. Number two, he's a flight risk. I mean, here's a guy with lots of resources, lots of connections around the world. And third, he had been known to obstruct and tamper with witnesses to try to intimidate them. Why wouldn't he try to do that if he's out?
During the bail hearing, the judge sides with the prosecution. Then Combs' request is subsequently denied again.
Now that he's behind bars pre-trial, you'll see more people come forward who otherwise would have been scared.
I was disappointed in the judge's decision because with such a bail package that was presented, it was more than enough to secure his presence in court. But to have him detained without being convicted, I think is cruel and unusual punishment.
At the time of this recording, Sean Combs is being detained at the notorious Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn until his case goes to trial.
Describe the condition. This the jail he's in right here. He's in this jail right now. They try to make bail. You know, you can pay money to get out. Try to make bail 3 times. I think it was 4 times or 3 times. No bail. So he's still in jail. Yeah.
The food is inedible, from what I've been told. It's way too hot in the summer. Sometimes there's no heat at all in the winter. The toilet water has been known to freeze. It's violent. Someone like Mr. Combs, might be a target.
You go from living large with your multi-million-dollar mansion and your private plane and your fancy cigars to living in a rat-infested detention facility until you're wearing an orange jumpsuit and a pair of steel bracelets. It's not real. Now it's real.
And one question on everyone's mind: will anyone else go down with Sean Combs?
As a defense attorney who practices in the Southern District of New York, there will be people who are reaching out to defense attorneys such as myself who are worried and concerned that a subpoena is coming and that they too could be involved in a potential prosecution.
Definitely other people will be subpoenaed. I'm curious to see whether other people have been mentioned and the prosecution has struck deals with them to have them cooperate and testify against Sean Combs, or whether down the line there'll be additional charges and additional defendants on the indictment.
We are not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly.
You said we are not done and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
No one wants him.
It's funny because this guy right here, he stepped down from his job after this. Yeah, it's a lot of crazy stuff. It's like he resigned or he stepped down some kind of way from his job. First he was like, we're gonna get him, we're gonna get him. Now I resign. Why you resign? This is very important and you're gonna resign. I don't know.
You're not done and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that?
He paid him to stop the.
Right.
You know.
It's a lot, and that's what I was just explaining to him. Yeah, the people.
He want to shut his mouth. Yeah. So that,
Yeah. See.
I think he knows a lot.
And the reason why I'm doing this is because if you're a human being, you understand. See, why all of a sudden, yeah, we're going to get him, we're going to get him. Then all of a sudden, I resign, I step down.
He know everything. Yeah.
They figured it out. They don't even know what's going on and they figured it out.
That there could be other charges related to this case.
I'm not taking anything off the table.
No one wants him mentioned in the same sentence as Diddy right now. No one wants to be in that neighborhood.
I want to express my deep appreciation for the victims and witnesses who have used their voices and helped bring this criminal conduct to light. We would not be here without them.
While D.A. Williams mentioned both victims and witnesses in his news conference, in the actual indictment, no victims are listed specifically, but one is implied.
When we look at the indictment, they mention victim number one. But when you look at the allegations, specifically about a hotel incident that was captured on video where allegedly Sean Combs had beaten on Cassie Ventura, you can only infer that the person that they're talking about as victim number one is Cassie Ventura. So other victims haven't been named in the indictment itself. It could be possibly because when it comes to sexual assault cases, usually you do not mention their name, you keep them under a pseudonym.
Besides the victims' names, something else was left out of the indictment. The allegation that minors might have been solicited or abused at Combs' events, as some of the lawsuits claim.
I think
minors, a minor, you know what that means, minors? Okay.
Issue of minors as victims will come up because of the testimony of Don Richard, who alleged that there were minors who were victims here. It just hasn't been charged yet.
In Ronnie Jones's civil lawsuit, he alleges potentially the trafficking of minors.
Then, it's announced a slew of new lawsuits will be filed.
There's a lawsuit out for my 13-year-old boy, that Diddy.
Seems like he is Michael Jackson, right?
Gay or not? He is.
He's tripping.
He's tripping. She said he's tripping.
Addict? No. Yeah. He is?
All the above. All the above. Oh. I said, one time we doing a reaction, I said, God, that did, he not gay. He just go both ways. I said, he having sex with any and everybody. Kids, adults, boys, girls, animals.
I think he's addict.
Animals, you think?
He's drug addict.
Yeah, that's crazy. Drugs, he's liquid cocaine pills all over the place.
No one did that.
He laced he laced the drinks, get somebody a drink. Here, you want a drink? Here, drink. He said, they go crazy, man. It's just too much.
And minors are mentioned again.
The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. We now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil.
I Didn't I say 120?
Yeah,
120.
He raped? Pinatay.
No, 120 cases about rape. Yeah.
Rape. Oh, rape.
3,000 people came and said he did this. 3,000. But maybe he probably did you, but your case not strong enough. You don't remember the date, time, just you and him in the back room. You know, nobody knows. You don't remember too much. Yeah, there you go.
Claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases.
How many minors are making accusations in total, and are the feds aware of the allegations of minors in the case?
I don't know what the feds are aware of, okay, but I do know there's 25 out of this 120.
So, given all the videotapes, personal accounts, and lawsuits, will this trial of Sean Combs be an easy win for the prosecution?
I don't think that this case against Sean Combs is a slam dunk for the prosecution, but I do think it's a layup on a 5-foot rim. I think it is a very easy case for them to put together.
The strength of the prosecution's case is the multiple individuals who have come forward with similar stories. The victims are the key here. And when those allegations are corroborated by others who say similar things, that's the strength of the prosecution's case.
The prosecution has to prove in this case that people were in fact sex trafficked, meaning that people were brought in to perform sexual favors and sexual acts for someone else for Sean Combs' benefit.
Do they have the text messages? What comes out of the cell phone extractions? What is in these videos, these surveillance videos? What has been captured? Is there any statements that have been made by Sean Combs? The cooperators, what information they have, and can they testify against Sean Combs? At this point, we don't know because it hasn't been disclosed and it's still too early on.
This is a high stakes prosecution, and the feds are going to cross every T and dot every I. You don't want to lose a case when the entire world is watching.
As for the defense strategy, Sean Combs' lawyer has already provided some clues in his bail letter and other statements.
His attorney has said that he is going to employ the defense that, these were all consenting individuals. Everyone wanted to be there and everyone was partaking in all of this.
That's one of their strongest points, that these freak-offs are between consensual adults, and it's not a crime to be a freak or to engage in sexual activity with multiple partners. What makes it illegal is whether the person committed those acts under fraud, force, or coercion.
I think Sean Combs will likely take the stand. It's in his benefit, and he has the personality, the persona, and the experience speaking to people in order to be successful at doing so.
He testified in his last trial and he got acquitted. He's a man who knows what it's like to have a jury of 12 New Yorkers look at you and say not guilty. And he's looking forward to that happening again.
Right now, the defense probably feels okay about their chances, but I think that's going to change if and when the feds start adding additional victims and have perhaps a superseding indictment that could be a game changer.
If the federal government comes for you in an indictment, you're probably going to go to jail. They really don't mess around.
Feds have a 97% conviction rate for a reason. They've got lots of resources. They take limited cases, so they're not filing cases they don't think they can win.
With the criminal trial temporarily scheduled for May of 2025, there are still a lot of unknowns.
Will big-name celebrities be called to testify? Will big-name celebrities be indicted as co-conspirators? Who's going to snitch first? Who's going to get that deal?
If there are other individuals, will there be more charges for them? Is that going to take kind of longer to come out?
Who saw what? Who knows what? Was
Kanye West, you heard it? Kanye West? No?
He's a rapper?
Yeah. She know Kanye West, but see, she's the younger. She probably know more. Like Justin Bieber, Usher.
Usher.
Yeah.
Was this common knowledge? Did people know? Did people on the inside know and didn't say anything?
However it all plays out, it's sure to be life-changing for many people. Alleged victims, witnesses, and the accused perpetrator himself, Sean Diddy Combs. Whether or not he actually serves prison time, his trial could be the culmination of a long and dramatic fall from grace.
Sean Combs, the mogul as we know it, is over. He will never be that person again, even if he's found not guilty of these charges.
Even at the criminal level, there are certain things that are just unforgivable, and I don't think anyone's going to want to align themselves with him.
But as far as whether people will still listen to his music, I don't think this will be the end of Diddy on our airwaves.
We're talking about a person who contributed so much to culture. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about a person who helped provide soundtracks to our lives. You're talking about a person, you know, especially you being from New York City, you know, you had to be inspired by Sean Combs in some way, shape, or form.
Diddy's been an icon for decades. We've all listened to his music. We've all been around him, that at least in my era, and have looked up to him. And in this situation, it's super unfortunate, but it's important to learn a lesson right now, and ensure the next generation understands how to move differently with transparency and integrity.
What's happening to him now is one of the greatest tragedies that we're gonna ever read about, bruh. And he brought it on himself.
Here's the question. Will Sean Combs' enormous empire, threatened by so many lawsuits and revelations, finally collapse? Will he pay a terrible price, or will he skirt the charges? Fans and foes alike will be watching to see what happens next. That's all we have for you here on this episode of Prime Crime. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jesse Weber, and as always, stay safe.
Wow, so there you have it, there you have it. We got people that really don't know who Puffy is, and now they understand how big he was. They might have heard of Usher, Justin Bieber, Eminem, 50 Cent. She don't know 50 Cent. It's okay, dear. She don't know, but you know minors. You know right from wrong. You know when somebody's doing wrong and they getting paid to be quiet. They figured that out all on their own without me even saying anything. Why does this person, the lady that got shot in the face, this guy shot somebody in the face allegedly, and the lady went to the club with friends, and the friend said, no, I didn't see nothing, I was tying my shoe. The lady said, I was tying my shoe when it happened. People shooting. Oh my God, people shooting. Let me tie my shoe. That's what happened, Your Honor. Money. Yeah. So I'm gonna get on up out of here. Thank you, dear. You did great. You did great. Go home. Y'all take it light. Y'all take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out. Peace.